Hey, this is Fred from Peavey Electronics. We're here at the NAMM show in 2023 with my buddy Ira Black, talking about the 6505 and the 65052 reissue series amplifiers. This all got started with this Invective project with Misha Mansour back in the day. He had an old 5150 block letter that we had made in the early 90s. And he loved the sound of that particular amplifier, but he was telling us, look, man, it sounds different than the 6505 y'all are making today. And we're like, no, it doesn't. It's the same exact amplifier. And he goes, no, it sounds different. That sounds different. So he brought his old Peavey amplifier in. We dove deep into the parts to see what was, and there was a little bit of a difference. So we dove deep into the parts and said, what's going on here? We discovered the output transformer that we've been buying from the same manufacturer forever and ever and ever. Tolerance had started shifting and changing, and it wasn't being made right anymore, so it made a huge difference in the output and the tone of the amplifier. So after we got done with this amplifier, we said we got to go back and fix the tone, not fix, but change the tone of the 6505 and get it back to as close as, that's exactly right, get it back to the original as close as possible. So what we did is took the output transformer, put it in this, and made it, dressed it up as close as we could to the original. And we had artists like Ira were asking us, hey, look, I need an amplifier. I can use 120, 220, 240 all over the world. So we did add a switching power supply on the input. And I think Ira has a little bit to say about this and can tread a little bit and demo the amps.
Blood, sweat, and tears, I'm sure, too, right? Because that's always part of the deal, you know, when you're trying to find something, especially guitar players. That's what we do. We're like, you know, we search our whole lives, it feels like, you know. But I'll tell you what, when I was working at K&K Music in San Francisco in the early 90s, and the original one came out that you're talking about, you know, I got to play everything every day, all day long. Of course, that's why they fired me, because that's all I did is play guitar all day. But anyway, so, you know, all the other amps, nope, this was the one, or the 5150. It's like, and I got one of those back then. I still have it to this day. I carry it with me on the plane sometimes over to Europe. And, you know, cause it's really, you know, I found the tone back then. And, you know, I've tried some different things over the years, but nothing ever compares, you know. So I'm really happy to see that you're, you know, have this 1992 original, you know, reworked thing, and you know, you dove deep and you figured out how to get it there, you know. But this one also sounds great as well. It's a little bit cleaner. There's more definition in it. This one has a little more oomph to it, you know. So I'd say for metal, this one definitely like has that extra, you know, grind push, you know, kind of spongy sound background. And this one's really just, you know, has some definition to it. It's just like outstanding. I'd have a hard time picking between both, you know. I do run a stereo setup called a dry, wet, dry setup. So I'll take one of those and one of those, because then it's the best of both worlds.
There we go, one of those and one of those. You heard it from Ira. Let's see what.
So here's the top one. I'll show you some rhythm stuff, some rhythm technique I have. It's a you know, regrouping of numbers here. Check this out. Okay, now I'm going to switch between the two. So right now we're on this one.